Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. An entrenched upper-level ridge with embedded shortwave energy will continue to promote a heat wave throughout much of the West. Widespread high and low temperature records are likely to be tied or broken in states like Oregon and Washington. The central U.S. sees a low-pressure system emerge from the Rockies. Showers and storms are expected to develop across the Central Plains and move into the middle Mississippi Valley. Excessive rainfall will be more of a concern once those storms move into a more unstable and moist environment in the lower Missouri Valley this evening. Closer to home, hot temperatures are expected to continue with afternoon highs above 100. Moisture increases into the weekend, bringing with it the chance for showers and storms, especially in the mountains. Strong downdraft winds are the main threat with this activity. Temperatures cool to near normal by Monday before heating up for the middle of next week. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The city of Alamogordo announced yesterday morning that Bonito Lake will remain closed until further notice due to the spread of the recent Blue 2 fire, which was 83% contained at last check. On May 24th, the Blue 2 fire ultimately closed Bonito Lake and surrounding areas. The city then assessed the fire's impact and potential damage to the lake and identified 3 areas below the cofferdam that could cause damage similar to the flooding in 2012. Part of the plan to save the lake involved digging ponds, which should be completely done in about 2 weeks. I spoke with Mayor Susan Payne.
They went up on Tuesday to see the progress that was made since May 24th. When they arrived at Bonito Lake, they had 2 ponds done in the canyon and were aggressively working on 3 larger ponds. We have given the city the best chance to minimize risk by moving rapidly with a game plan.
The city says the top priority is to protect the lake as a vital water source for Alamogordo and the citizens of Holloman Air Force Base. The city also says they've taken immediate action to mitigate potential runoff effects due to the upcoming monsoon season. As a result of this, emergency funding was secured and a local contractor will be taking a proactive, aggressive approach. The city says the safety of patrons is the prime concern, and until the lake can be properly surveyed and assessed, it will remain closed.
As of today, we have about 3 to 4 of the sediment ponds are already constructed.
Alamogordo City Manager Rick Holden speaking at last night's online Blue 2 Fire community meeting. Holden shared that progress was slowed due to the discovery of a woodpecker. Tomorrow is the 2nd annual Tularosa Duck Race. I spoke with Jen Gruger.
The event is free, open to the community, and you can adopt a duck for $5 each or a 6-quack, 6 ducks for $25. Each duck is numbered, and there are 7 heats that the ducks will go into, so short races throughout the day, and then all 700 ducks that we're selling will go into one race at the end called the Big Quack. And each of those races has first, second, and third place winners, and those are all cash prizes.
There's also food and craft vendors available. That's tomorrow, 2nd and Encino in Tularosa from 11 until 4. The Alamogordo Kiwanis Club recognizes students who brought up grades, or BUG, at the 3 faith-based schools.
This school year, we have a total of 71 bugs in all 3 schools.
Ned Klein speaking with Crazy Radio. You can hear that interview in full by visiting our YouTube channel. Well, today is Friday. It's time for a cat chat from Kitty City, NN.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. This week on Cat Chat, we are featuring some recent arrivals at Kitty City, a beautiful mama and her 5 kittens. The kittens are 9 weeks old and ready for adoption. We named Mama Tootsie because she looks like a Tootsie Roll. Tootsie is very shy and quite timid, not really knowing what to do about all the people staring at her and her baby kittens and making silly baby talk. But Tootsie shows no aggression. This is a good indication that she is gentle by nature. Once she understands we are friends, she will warm up to us quickly. She already enjoys head scratches. 2 of Tootsie's kittens have already adopted a tuxedo female and an all-gray male. The 3 remaining kittens are Hershey, Juju, and Snickers. Hershey is an adorably cute male tuxedo who is a bit shy like Mama and needs one-on-one time with humans. Hershey is receiving lots of cuddles and pets. His cute face is accentuated by a white spot on his forehead between his eyes. Juju is a black and white male. He is probably the most timid of the litter, but already seems to enjoy being picked up and cuddled close to a human's chest. We're betting that Juju will be a sweet and snuggly kitty. Snickers is a Torby, which is a combination tabby and tortoiseshell. She has a prominent orange streak on her forehead and a white spot between her eyes. Like her litter mates, she is on the shy side. Snickers is also receiving lots of pets and affection to help her overcome her shyness and gain more confidence around humans. All the kittens and Mama Tootsie are coming along nicely, and just like the two litter mates who have already adopted, we see a forever home for these kitties in their near future. The Sienna kittens were given a distemper vaccination on May 28th. The kittens will be at our next adoption event at the White Sands Mall on Saturday, June 15. Tootsie will be scheduled soon for her spay, rabies, and microchip. Tomorrow, June 8th, there will be no adoption event at the White Sands Mall. Instead, please come visit Kitty City at 56 Stanley Ranch Road from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon to see and adopt a forever friend. Or visit Alamogordo Animal Control at 2910 Florida Street from 12 noon to 5 p.m. to adopt a cat or a dog and give them a forever home. Kitty City and Alamogordo Animal Control will be at the White Sands Mall for cat and dog adoptions on Saturdays, June 15, 22, and 29. These cats and dogs need your forever homes. This has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'm Kathy Denton, and I'll be talking to you next week from Kitty City. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
This Kitty City report was sponsored by Maya's Collectibles.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Border Patrol agents found 2 bodies in the desert near Sunland Park on Wednesday. The Office of the Medical Investigator and law enforcement are currently investigating. No other details have been provided. 60-year-old Gary Allen of Las Cruces has been charged with murder in the stabbing death of a 61-year-old man. Police say officers arrived just after 6 p.m. on Wednesday at an apartment to find Timothy White stabbed multiple times into his crotch area. White was pronounced dead at the scene. Police found Allen with blood on his hands, legs, and shorts, as well as being possibly intoxicated. Allen was booked into the Donna Ana County Detention Center where he's being held without bond on an open count of murder. It was revealed that Congressman Gabe Vasquez previously used a racial slur. As a New Mexico State College student, Vasquez allegedly harassed an employee at a call center from which he had been fired. He called a few times, asking for Chris, the N-word. This was discussed on the Inside New Mexico podcast with Steve Pierce.
It's something that you would want to know about your elected representative, that he talks about people in demeaning ways, but the congressman in his actions toward the court and his responsiveness to the law proved that he doesn't have the character to be serving in the U.S. Congress, and we called on him to resign. Again, keeping in step with what the Democrats are saying now, no man is above the law. Gabe Vasquez is not above the law and should step down.
Oddly, not much is being said by the rest of the media or the DPNM. Kind of like the way many ignored that Vasquez had previously skipped court dates over 20 years ago prior to becoming a congressman after being cited for no license and no insurance. When Trump was found guilty last week, Biden had this to say.
The American principle that no one is above the law was reaffirmed.
As did many other Democrats and some Republicans. Where are they on this Vasquez issue? I had the documents in question posted on AlamogordoTownNews.org. U.S. Senator Martin Heinrich spoke with KRWG to discuss how he intends on dealing with the so-called gun violence issue in New Mexico, specifically gas-operated semi-automatics, which are generally the more favored type to use for sporting and for beginners, because the shooter can use lighter loads and they have significantly less recoil.
What GoSafe does is it limits the number of rounds in a magazine that is attached permanently to what most people would call an assault rifle. Most of these horrendous mass shootings come to an end when there is a gap in time where the shooter has to reload or change something and takes a pause. That's when law enforcement rushes in. That's when volunteers sometimes rush in. And what GoSafe would do is say, you can still have these firearms, but they can only hold 10 rounds. And at the end of that 10 rounds, you're going to have to sit there and manually reload that from the top. That gives law enforcement a moment to be able to intervene, and it really constrains the scale of the carnage that we've seen in some of these shootings.
Or they will be illegally modified. You know, in my near 50 years, I've never seen a gun commit or even threaten to commit an act of violence. But I do know about plenty of people who have. Guns are not the problem. People are. And when I hear any politician feel that the government can solve anything, it makes my skin crawl. The issue that Heinrich and so many others miss is that it is not the law-abiding citizens who are committing these horrendous acts. So instead, write a law that makes it illegal for felons to have guns. That'll solve it. Oh, we have that. And it isn't working. Then we need a different approach that doesn't affect the good people. Artemio Sanchez Ortega is facing arson charges after he dumped gasoline all over his ex-girlfriend's property in Albuquerque and then set it ablaze. She was inside at the time with her 4 children. Daniel Provine, a neighbor who saw on his surveillance camera a man, identified as Sanchez Ortega, who had accidentally set himself on fire, hopping over the fence to get away.
Kind of had to laugh at the sort of amateur hour kind of situation there. Like if you're going to commit arson, try to do it without setting yourself on fire in the process.
Provine speaking with KOB.
Dude got what he deserved a little bit in the process. I hope they find the guy and take care of business. That's about really all I can say.
The victim said she was watching from inside in complete shock. She made it out safely with her children. She says she doesn't know why this happened, but she wants him to face the consequences. The arrest warrant states that Sanchez Ortega may have been drinking. 3 vehicles in her driveway were destroyed as a result of the flames. Weather's next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
This is Lieutenant William Skaggs with Alamogordo Fire Department. Have you seen that we're updating the City of Alamogordo's local hazard mitigation plan? What does this mean for our community? This means our community has a chance to provide information to Alamogordo Fire Department so we can properly plan for hazards within our community. We need feedback from the community to make sure our plan is up to date. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact Chief Jerry Ramirez at Alamogordo Fire Department, or you, the stakeholder in our community, can go to alamogordofd.com or the City of Alamogordo website and take the individualized survey to provide us with information to update our plan.
Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for partly sunny skies with a 20% chance for showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 15 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy skies tonight with a 30% chance for showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 13. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a 20% chance for showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 13. Your high today in the Basin, 100, low tonight of 69, high tomorrow, 98 degrees. In Cloudcroft, partly sunny skies today with a 40% chance for showers and storms. New precipitation amounts up to a 1/4 inch expected. Winds will be gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a 30% chance for showers and storms. Winds gusting as high as 16. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a 30% chance for showers and storms. Winds gusting as high as 17. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 77. Low tonight of 54. High tomorrow, 75 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, because that's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way, you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.